So let's make a start. Sit yourself cross-legged or on your knees in a way that's comfortable and that allows you to sit upright from the lower back. So tilting the pelvis forward slightly, drawing the belly in, lifting the chest, rolling the shoulders down, and just resting your hands gently on your legs. And close your eyes and take a few moments to arrive in your body, arrive in the practice, noticing any sensations in the body, any emotions or mood. And then just doing a quick body scan, starting down in the toes and the feet, the ankles, up through the legs, the hips. And then bring your awareness up through the torso, lifting the chest, rolling the shoulders down, bringing your awareness down your arms, to your hands, feeling the contact between the palms of your hands and your legs. And then bringing your awareness up into the neck and head, relaxing all the muscles of the face. And then bring your awareness to your breathing. And we take 3 deep intentional breaths together. Inhaling, breathing right down deep into the belly. And exhaling, feeling the sitting bones dropping down. Inhale again, out into the sides and the back of the rib cage. And exhale, roll the shoulders down and back. And one more time, inhale right down deep into the belly, out into the sides, back of the rib cage, all the way up to the top of the lungs. And exhale, let it go. Let your day so far go. And perhaps set an intention to practice the next hour with a sense of kindness and compassion. Okay, open your eyes. Interlace your hands in front of you. Take a breath in and breathing out. Push the palms away. Draw your belly in and up. Take another breath in, and on the out breath, start to move the arms and the shoulder sockets. Only going so far as you can without going into a back bend. So really maintaining that tight core, finding the movement in the shoulders, then lifting up out of the waist. Squeeze your upper arms towards each other, resist away with the heels of the hands. Rising up through the crown of the head, stretching the sides of the body. And then release the hands and the legs. Spread your toes, flex the feet a little bit, and then cross the legs the other way. The other leg in front. Take a moment again to sit up from the lower back, tilting the pelvis forward, drawing the belly in, lifting the chest, shoulders down, resting the hands gently on your legs. And just taking a couple of breaths, inhaling up through the crown of the head, and exhale, rolling the shoulders down and back. And interlace your hands the other way, take a breath in, and breathing out, push arms away, hips and the thumbs touching, middle fingers crossed, draw the belly in and up. Take another breath in, and on the out breath, start to lift the arms above the head. Lifting up out of the waist, squeeze the upper arms towards each other, resist away with the heels of the hands. Feeling the stretch down the side of the body, keeping the breath flowing. Really taking up your full height. And then slowly release the arms down. And release the legs. Coming up to a standing position. Right, so standing with the big toes together, bringing the awareness down into the soles of the feet. Up for the first time today. Ground down through one foot, pick the ball of the foot up, stretch it forwards and spread the toes. And the other foot ground down, pick up the ball of the foot and spread the toes nice and wide. Body weight back over the heels, engage the quadriceps so the kneecaps lift up, lift the front of the pelvis, draw the belly in, lift the chest, and extend the fingertips down towards the floor. And then maintaining that alignment, take a breath in, extending the arms to the sides, firming the shoulder sockets, and then lifting all the way up. Again, lift up out of the waist, keeping that belly drawing in, body weight back over the heels. Really stretch up with the arms if you can, biceps by the ears, finding that full length of the torso, and then keeping that lift in the spine. Just allow the arms to come out and down. All right, hands on hips, bend the knees, step up to a wide stride. Second warrior pose, 2 heels in one line, outside edges of the feet parallel. Keep the hands on the hip, bring the elbows back and just open across the chest. And the left foot in slightly and the right foot out 90 degrees. Inside edge of that foot facing, inside edge of the foot parallel with the long edge of the mat. 4 corners of the torso still facing the front. We'll go in and out of this a few times. So draw the belly in, inhale, lift up the chest, and exhale, sitting down to the right, and inhaling up, exhaling down. So as we're doing this, your back leg, your left leg, your standing leg should be really, really strong and resisting back. So pushing that heel down, engaging that quadricep, and seeing if you can get that little bit of engagement in the inner foot, lifting up the inner arch, those same muscles that you would need in order to lift all the toes up, but without actually lifting the toes. Keep the crown of the head rising up, the chest lifted and the shoulders down and back. And your right knee, when you look down, should be pushing towards the little toe side of the foot so you can see your big toe, maintain that full outwards rotation of the right leg. Okay, and next time you're at the top, hold it there, inhale, outstretch the arms, extend, and then exhale down into your warrior 2, body exactly in the center, and then turn your head to look along your right arm. Take your mind to the back foot, the left foot, push the heel down, lift the inner arch up, and make sure that quadricep is fully engaged. Draw the belly in and up, lift the chest, drop the shoulders down away from the ears, extend to the fingertips, long fingers, wide palms. Sit down a little bit more, keeping the breath flowing smoothly. Again, re-engage that back quadricep if you need to. And then turn your head to the front, straighten your right leg, turn the right foot round, relax your arms. If you've still got 2 heels in one line. Hands on hips, body weight back on the heels, engage the quadriceps, draw the belly in, lift the chest, turn your right foot in, and the left foot out all the way, inside edge, parallel with the long edge of the mat, torso still facing the front, mind in the back leg now, push the heel down, engage this quadricep, inhale, lift up out of the waist, and exhale, sit down to the left. Inhaling up, and exhaling down. So again, as you do this, really focusing on this back leg, the right leg now, pushing, resisting back with the heel, a little bit of engagement in the inner foot, and this quadricep working all the while. Your left knee, when you look down, pushing towards the little toe side of the foot, not falling in towards me, to maintain that external rotation of the thigh. Drawing the belly in, lifting up out of the waist, so the torso stays exactly above the hips. And then next time you're at the top, hold it there, Inhale out, stretch the arms, extend, and then exhale down into your warrior two, and turn your head to look along your left arm. Push the right heel down, engage the inner arch, engage that quadricep, draw the belly in, lift the chest, drop the shoulders down away from the ears, extend through to the fingertips, long fingers, wide palms, keeping the breath flowing. See if you can sit down a little bit more now to the left, and then bring your gaze to the front, straighten your left leg, turn the feet round, and come back to mountain pose. Toes spread, body weight back, chest lifted, extend the fingers down towards the floor. Okay, then the knees step or hop to a wide stride, 2 heels in one line, outside edge of the feet parallel. Body weight back, engage the quadriceps, draw the belly in, lift the chest, the left foot in and the right foot out, fully rotating that leg, torso still facing the front. Inhale, lift up out of the waist, and exhale, sit down to the right. Bring your right elbow to your right knee, using that elbow to push the knee back, assisting with that external rotation. Draw the belly in, turn the tummy and the waist up towards the ceiling, and then bring the top arm up and over, palm facing down towards the floor. Check you haven't slumped into that shoulder, really keeping that lift, and if you wish you can bring the fingertips down towards the floor without any weight on the fingers. Left leg really strong here, engage that quadricep, draw the belly in, and again turn the tummy and the waist up towards the ceiling. Extend that left arm so you're stretching from heel, the hip, all the way to your fingertips. Keeping the breath flowing, draw the belly in one more time, sit down a little bit more, and then bring your gaze to the front, come up through warrior two, straighten the leg, turn the feet round, hands on hips, 2 heels in one line, body weight back, engage the quadriceps, draw the belly in, lift the chest, roll the shoulders down and back, and the right foot in, and the left foot out, torso still facing the front. Inhale up out of the waist, exhale, sit down now to the left. Bring your left elbow to the left knee, use that elbow to push the knee back, feel that external rotation of the leg, draw the belly in, turning the tummy and the chest up towards the ceiling, and then take that top arm up and over and extend, palm facing down. Again, if you wish, you can bring the fingertips down behind the foot, or keep the elbow on the knee, drawing that knee back. Draw the belly in, turning tummy and chest up towards the ceiling, extend through to the fingertips, feel that stretch from heel all the way to the fingertips, extend, and then bring the gaze to the front, keep the knee bent as you come up through warrior two, straightening the leg, and then step your feet together, spread the toes, bring it back, lift the chest, and extend down towards the floor. Okay, hands on hips, bend the knees, medium stride for warrior 1 and 2, 3. If you want to use something to balance, position yourself a little bit closer to something, or otherwise stay in the rhythm. Okay, hands on hips, elbows back. Pick up the left toes, turn them in. Pick up the heel, turn it out. 45-degree angle with the foot. Push that heel down, engage this quadricep, and turn the right leg out all the way. Keep your hands on hips, bring the hips all the way round, and start to squeeze your inner thighs together, sending the tailbone down by squeezing particularly that left glute. Really switch it on as much as possible, trying to lift up the front of the pelvis and lengthen the lower back here. Again, squeeze the inner thighs together, make sure this back quadricep really stays engaged, pushing back. This back leg is your anchor. And then take the arms up above the head. If you can, biceps to ears, drawing the belly in, re-squeeze that back glute, and then sit down, bending your right knee. Still try and have that action of squeezing the inner thighs together, bringing the left hip forward and the right hip back, drawing the belly in, squeeze the glutes, sending the tailbone down, lifting up out of the waist, keeping the breath flowing, back heel down, back quadricep engaged. And then you can either hold it there or take it into a bit of a back bend, lifting up out of the waist and then tracing the fingertips along the ceiling, really finding length as well as extension, so lifting the fingertips up before you go back another millimeter, keeping the breath flowing. And then return to a neutral spine. We'll go from here into warrior three. Really draw that belly in, start to lay the body forwards, transferring the weight and lifting that back leg up. If you want to use your support here, you can do so. If you want to bring your hands onto your hips, also fine. Draw the belly in and inwardly rotate that left leg. So you're trying to bring the left hip down towards the floor as you lift the heel up, keeping the breath flowing. Extend the torso, stretch the fingertips away, and then with the gaze on a single point, pivot and land in your warrior one. Straighten your right leg, bring the arms down and turn to face the front. Hands on hips, body weight back. And we'll go to the other side. So pick up the right toes, turn them in, right heel, turn it out. Engage that leg, pushing the heel down, engaging the quadricep before turning the left foot out all the way. And then again with the hands on hips, starting to rotate to the side, squeezing the inner thighs together, trying to bring the hips square with the narrow edge of the mat. Activate now this right glute, so squeezing that glute, feeling the tailbone working down as the front of the pelvis works up. And the back leg really strong and actively straight, so pushing the heel down again and again, engaging that quadricep. Inhale, take the arms up above the head, biceps by the ears, other way around, yeah, no, wait, that way around, biceps by the ears if possible, lifting up out of the waist, extending through to the fingertips, and then bend your left knee. Again, still try and find that inner thigh squeeze, bringing now the right hip forward, left hip back, squeeze that right glute, drawing the belly in as you lift up out of the waist. Either hold it here, or just take it into a back bend, lift up a little bit more before tracing the fingers backwards along the ceiling, keeping the breath flowing, opening the front of the body. See if you can bend your front knee a little bit more. And then return to neutral, draw the belly in, start to lay forwards over your front leg, transferring the weight, and lifting that back leg up. Again, trying to bring your right hip now square with the floor, so right hip down as you bring the right heel up. Draw the belly in, extend the fingertips away, stretching the torso, keeping the breath flowing, gazing at a single point, and then slowly pivot, landing in warrior one, straightening the leg, turning the feet round, and come back to mountain pose. Toes spread, body weight back, lift the chest, and extend the fingers down towards the floor. Right, triangle pose. Step the feet wide, two heels in one line. Inhale, outstretch the arms, turn the left foot in slightly, right foot out all the way, fully rotating that leg, torso facing the front. Both legs engage, heels down, engage those quadriceps. Inhale, lift up out of the waist. Exhale, start to stretch and lengthen over to the right side, going out to the side before you come down, really stretching as much as possible, and then just bringing that arm down, keeping this underside of the body long. Take the top arm up. And you can either keep the gaze forwards, head in line with the spine, or lift your gaze up, bringing the chin towards the shoulder. Re-engage your quadriceps. I'm going to bet they've gone to sleep already, drawing the belly in, lifting up that top arm. Shoulders away from your ears, keeping the breath flowing. And then you can either hold it there or bring the gaze to the front and biceps by the ears. And using the torso to using the abs to support the weight of the torso. It's very hot. Stretching those arms away and then coming all the way up, turning the foot round and bringing the arms down. Okay, reset a moment before we go to the other side. 2 heels in one line. And we're going to outstretch the arms, turning the left foot in and the right foot out. Both legs actively straight, heels down, engage the quadriceps, draw the belly in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, stretch out to the left, really lengthen that side of the body. Make this as long as possible before you bring that arm down. Top arm up, extend, and you can bring your gaze up as well if you wish. Again, re-engage those quadriceps, drawing the belly in, stretching the top arm up, shoulders away from your ears, keeping the breath flowing. And either hold it there or bring the arms up by the ears, extend, belly in, extend through to the fingertips, quadriceps still engaged, keeping the breath flowing, and then coming all the way up and stepping your feet together. And breathe. Inhale, lifting up out the waist, and exhale, extending down towards the floor. Okay, wide leg forward bend. Go as wide as you comfortably can if your hamstrings are tight, to bring the floor closer to you. If your hamstrings are open, you can actually come narrower to give your body more space to come down. Pigeon toe the feet, push the heels down, engage the quadriceps, draw the belly in, hands on hips, draw the elbows back. Inhale, lift up out of the waist, lengthen the front of the body, exaggerate it, go into a little bit of a back bend here, and keeping that length in the front of the body. Start to calm forwards, chest and head staying forwards, re-engage those quadriceps, draw the belly in, coming down only so far as you can without rounding the lower back. So that might be a little bit higher for you, but maintaining that neutral position of the spine. Again, push the outside edges of the feet down, really re-engage those quadriceps and draw the belly strongly up towards the spine. Keep the breath flowing, lengthening the sternum forwards. Can you go into a little bit more of a back bend here? And then bring the fingertips down towards the floor. If to bring your fingertips down towards the floor, you're now rounding through the lower back, walk your hands forwards into a wide-legged downward dog. If you can be here without rounding, then stay there, engaging the quadriceps, drawing the belly in. Turn the points of your elbows back towards your body, so the soft part of the elbows goes forwards. And then from here, you can start to walk down, or if you're in the wrapped up wide-legged forward bend, just stay there. But if you can and want to come down, if you stretch more into the hips, you can do so. You can breath flowing. Try to bring the lowest rib a little bit closer to the floor rather than the chest. Okay, and then everyone bringing the gaze forwards again. Heel toe your feet into a comfortable position. Bend the knees a lot. Draw the belly in. Bring the hands onto the hips, and on an inhale, coming up with a neutral spine. Step your feet together. Find your mountain pose. Lift the chest, and extend the fingertips down towards the floor. Okay, come to the top edge of your mat. We'll do a little bit of our forward bending. So generous hip distance, especially if your hamstrings are tight. Feet in parallel, body weight back over the heels, engage the quadriceps, squeeze the glute, find a little bit of that anterior pelvic tilt. Inhale, lift up out of the waist. Lengthening the front of the body. We'll do the first few all with the hands on hips. So draw your elbows back, really open across the chest. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale, coming down as far as you can without rounding. And then inhaling up, squeezing the glutes at the top. So really trying to, again, maintain that length of the front of the body throughout this movement. So you're only coming down so far as you can, keeping the spine in neutral, finding the movement in the pelvis. Drawing the belly up towards the spine, especially when you're bent over. Keeping the length of the torso, drawing the sternum and the chest forwards. Either continue like that, or if you want to take the arms up by the ears to challenge yourself, you can do so. Move away from the wall. Using the arms to stretch the torso forwards even more. Keeping the legs straight, belly to spine. And then bring the hands back onto the hips. Come down to wherever you can without rounding. Then bend your knees as much as you need to. And let your torso come down onto your thighs. You can really bend your knees a lot here. And just find a position where you can relax the upper body, allowing the head to come down. And breathing into the belly. Okay, and then step your feet back into a plank position, really pushing the floor away, squeezing the glutes and then the tailbone down, drawing the belly in, keeping the breath flowing, squeezing the belly up towards the spine, re-squeezing the glutes, making a sandwich between the glutes and the abs. And then start to bring the body weight forwards, bending the elbows, drop the knees if you need to, coming down into your chaturanga. And then coming forwards to your up dog, shoulders away from the ears, long neck. And again, really squeeze those glutes as hard as you can, lengthening the lower back. And then tuck the toes and push back to downward dog. Keep the knees bent, heels up. You can walk the legs out a little bit. That feels good. Really pushing the floor away, pushing the body weight back towards the heels. And then we'll just do, let's say, 5 rounds of those in your own time. And rolling forwards to your plank. Exhaling down to your chaturanga. Inhaling to your up dog. Exhaling to your down dog. And then shut up so that you can do those just in your own time. And then the next time you're back in your downward dog, drop the knees wide, bring the toes together, and relax down. You can stack your hands underneath your forehead if you need to, and breathe into the back of the body. And then draw the belly in and come up to an all fours position. We're going to do a little bit of hip mobility. So if you have a book or a block or something that you can put on your sacrum, it will just give you a bit of feedback as to whether you're actually stabilizing the pelvis. If you don't have anything to hand, don't worry. So we'll start with the right leg. So draw the belly in, spread the fingers, make sure you're in the neutral spine position. And then you're going to just lift the right leg up as much as possible without disturbing the pelvis. Obviously your glutes firing here, so the block or foot will like lift slightly, but you don't want it to do so much so that it completely comes off. And then you're going to draw the knee in as much as you can, again without moving the pelvis, which is not very far for me. I know some people bring their knee all the way to their chest, and then you're going to go out again. So we're going to inhale the knee in, exhale out, and let's do, that was probably about 3, so 7 more of those. Keeping the belly drawing in the whole time to really feel that right glute firing. I'm trying to keep the pelvis as stable as possible. I've completely lost count, so let's just do 2 more. And then bring that knee down. With your support, if you're doing one, come off with your wrists. Keep your wrists a little bit of a circle around as well. And then we'll go to the other side. So again, setting up a strong all fours position first, really drawing the belly towards the spine, push the floor away. And then we're going to do the same with the left leg, so bringing that leg up as much as possible without moving the pelvis, and in, and out, and in. Really keeping the core tight the whole time, and focusing on just stabilizing your pelvis as you move the leg as far as possible, really trying to find the range of motion in the hip without moving the pelvis, and noticing as you move the leg how that kind of makes the rest of your torso want to move. Okay, and then release again, come off the hands, give them a little bit of movement, and then we're going to go out to the side. So again, drawing the belly in, and then this time we take the leg out to the side as far as you can. Again, really stabilizing here, so not turning the hips out to the side, but resisting back. And as you do that, you should feel the outer glute really working to lift the leg. Keep the belly drawing in, keep the rest of the torso stable. And then we'll go to the other side. So left leg now, draw the belly in. Move the blocks up and move the knee. Keeping everything else really still and stable. Using those glute muscles to lift the leg. Using the core muscles to stabilize the torso. Noticing if it's different on this side than the other side. And then again, come off the hands for a moment. And then we'll do the rotations. I'm so fluffy, my glasses are just sliding off my face. Anyway, returning to your all fours position, or in fact, just sit and watch for a moment if you're not sure what I'm about to do. So for the full rotation, we come back into extension, then find external rotation, come all the way around to here, and then we reverse it, so going out to the side, and then inwards rotate, and back to here, and then reverse it. So that was 1 with the out and back, and we'll do 5 of those on each leg. So coming to your all fours position again, if you haven't already, draw the belly in, push the floor away with the hands, nice strong position, and then right leg goes back, Hands out, round to the side, and then back out, turn in and in. That's one. And you can do these, of course, in your own time, but just keep count so that you can do 5. Really trying to find the full range of motion whilst keeping the rest of the torso and the hips really stable. Using the glutes and the abs here. And then when you've done your 5, just come off the wrist for a moment. You come a little all around. You do the left side, draw the belly in, take that left leg up and back, out to the side and round, and reverse it for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And release. Give your wrists some love. You too. Okay, so let's come, in fact, over onto our back and just do a little bit of figure 4 stretch before we go into a pigeon. So come onto your back, 2 feet flat on the floor, and we'll keep the left leg down, pick the right leg up, bringing it, the heel onto the right thigh, and as we're doing this, really flex your foot, extending and lengthening the inner heel, so you're not letting the foot kind of sickle like this, but maintaining that length there, and that's going to protect your knee as you go into this stretch. Then we're going to lift that leg up and either take hold of behind the thigh or on the shin, whichever feels more appropriate to you. Drawing the belly in and drawing that left knee towards you, thereby stretching the right piriformis. Keep that right inner heel lengthened, keeping that foot flexed. And see if you can send your tailbone down a little bit towards the floor. So the tailbone is going to want to lift up towards the ceiling, but as you send it down, you should feel that increase the stretch again in your right hip. Relax your shoulders, relax your chest, draw your shoulders down a little bit towards the floor to keep the chest open, and keep the breath flowing. Again, sending the tailbone down a little bit more if you can. And then slowly release, bringing both legs down. Take a moment there. Then we'll go to the other side. So right heel to left thigh again. Find that strong flex position, lengthening the inner heel, keeping that foot flexed. And then lifting the leg up again, grabbing behind the thigh or the shin, whichever is most appropriate to you. Relax the shoulders down, and then see if you can start to turn the tailbone down towards the floor as you draw the knee in towards your chest a little bit, finding a position where you can feel that stretch in the left piriformis now, keeping the left foot flexed, inner heel long, and the breath smooth in and out through the nose. And then you can release that off and just windshield wiper the legs a little bit, rolling over those glutes, giving them a little bit of a massage in those areas where we've just been stretching. And then hug your knees in towards your chest and give them a little squeeze, and then if you want to, you can start do some rolling on the spine. If this feels good for you, if it doesn't, you can leave it out. And just trying to balance at the top of the movement without the feet going down. Easier with your hands on your legs, or you can try it with your hands free. And then next time you're at the top, bring your legs down and come back over into your all fours position. And we'll go into pigeon via downward dog. So come to, in fact we never did this, come all the way down. This is how my teacher always used to set up for downward dog. So she would measure first. So starting that, laying down on the floor, bringing the hands in close to the chest, spreading the fingers, drawing the elbows back. Feet are hip distance apart, tops of the feet pushing down. And then from here, pushing up into an all fours position, and then resist the urge to move your hands forwards or backwards. You're going to probably feel like your hands are too far away from your knees than they would be usually. But just try for this time to go into downward dog like this and see how it feels different. So from here, tucking the toes under, again, without adjusting the hands forwards or backwards, dropping the hips back towards the heels, start to push the floor away with the arms really active through the arms. Take a breath in, and then breathing out to lift the hips up. So you're going to be in a much longer downward dog than usual. And just while we're here, bend the knees a little bit more, turn the tailbone up towards the ceiling, finding that neutral position of the spine, pushing the floor away with the hands. Hopefully your hands are not as sweaty as well right now. Relaxing the head down completely. Finding that neutral position with the spine, really turn that tailbone up. Seeing if you can straighten the legs a little bit more, maybe not. And then step your feet together so the big toes are touching. Take the right leg up into a split dog, lengthen those toes away. And then we're going to come forwards, lay the shin down and come into your pigeon position. So if pigeon is really not good for you, then I encourage you just to go back onto your back for that figure four stretch, pretty much the same stretch. And eventually with pigeon, you're trying to walk the foot forward so that your shin is parallel. If you walk the foot back, that's going to ease it off. And if you walk it forward, that's going to make it more intense. You might want to put a block or a blanket under your hips if that makes it better. Have a look back at your right foot and check it's not sort of sickling out to the side. So check that the foot is in line with the leg going straight back behind you. And then from here, we're going to start to come forwards, just coming onto the elbows first. Finding a comfortable position. A little bit of engagement through the belly, not letting it hang out completely. And long neck, shoulders away from the ears. And if this is enough for you, you can hold it here, or you can come down, either stacking the hand, bringing the forehead onto the hand or the fist, or if it's comfortable for you to come all the way down, you can do so. And just breathe into the belly, relaxing completely now. If there's any pressure on your back knee or left knee, you might want to tuck those toes. Just lift the knee up gently. And then drawing the belly in, coming back up to the elbows, all the way up to the top. Completely tucking your back toes if you haven't already. Draw the belly in, lift that back leg, come back through your downward dog. Bring those feet down. And then let's just drop the knees wide, toes together, and sit back onto the heels, stretching the torso forwards. Then we'll come all the way forwards and measure again for the second side. So laying yourself down, hands by the chest, feet hip distance, tops of the feet on the floor. Draw the belly in, push up. Resist the urge to adjust your hands forwards or backwards, drawing the belly in, tuck the toes under, drop the hips back, take a breath in, and breathing out, lift the hips, finding again your downward dog, turning the tailbone up towards the ceiling, pushing the floor away, relaxing the head completely. Step the feet in towards each other so the big toes are touching, and then take the left leg up to a split dog, and then bring it forwards and lay it down on the mat. Again, adjusting your foot forwards or backwards to find a comfortable position. And again, have a look back at your right leg now. Check it's in a straight line and the foot's in a straight line before you start to come forwards to whichever position is appropriate for you. And coming all the way down, either onto the hands or onto the floor, as feels good. Tuck your back toes if you need to. And lengthen the out breath. Noticing any difference in sensation on this side and the other side. And then drawing the belly in and making your way back again. Tucking the back toes, lifting up that knee. Coming to your split dog, the downward dog, knees wide, toes together, and rest the hips back a moment. Being a little bit active this time, perhaps sending the fingertips away, lengthening the torso away from the hips. And then coming up to your kneeling position, come forwards into a plank again, drawing the belly in, pushing the floor away, squeezing those glutes, and then slowly or quickly lowering yourself down, elbows in tight, down to the floor. Keep your hands where they are, draw the elbows in and down towards your hips. Engage and activate the legs, feet at hip distance apart, pushing the tops of the feet into the floor, engage the quadriceps, squeeze the glutes as hard as you possibly can before lifting the head and chest up into a cobra, elbows in down towards the hips. Keep those glutes squeezing, breath flowing, little sips of air, take a back bend, lifting the head and chest. And then slowly release the head down, turn your head to the right. Relax your hands down by your sides. And release the heels out towards the side. Breathing into the lower back. And then bring your chin forwards. Keep the feet hip distance apart. Straighten the legs, engaging the quadriceps so the kneecaps pop up. Really squeeze the glutes. Bring the hands up above your head. Biceps by the ears, little fingers on the floor, palms facing in towards each other. And then really squeeze those glutes as much as possible before lifting everything up off the floor. See if you can keep your biceps by your ears. Squeeze those glutes to lift the legs up. Keep the legs straight. Extend the toes away. Extend the fingers away. Keep the breath flowing. Little sips of air. Lift the legs up a little bit more and the chest up a little bit more. And then slowly release down. Turn your head to the left. Bring your arms down by your sides. Let your feet fall out to the side. And breathe into the back. And then bring the chin forward, hands by the chest again, tuck your toes. Either push straight back to a child's pose or draw the belly in, draw the elbows back and push up through your plank, before dropping your knees and resting back onto your feet. Move. Big and breaths. And then draw the belly in and come over onto your back once more. Lowering yourself down. Or hug the knees in towards the chest. Again, see if you can keep the tailbone down on the floor and just find the movement in the hips. Drawing the knees in, using the arms, but keeping the chest open. Breathing into the belly here as you squeeze those legs in. And then you can just roll from side to side, loosening off your grip a little bit, massaging over the lower back. And then again, bringing the feet down and just windshield wipering the legs with the feet on the floor, rolling over your glutes a little bit. And then we'll get ready for Shavasana. So lift your chest and draw your shoulder blades down underneath your heart. Bring the palms to face up towards the ceiling. Push your feet down, lengthen your tailbone away from you. And then allow the legs to come long, relaxing the feet out to the side. And making any final adjustments so that you can be comfortable for the next few minutes as you rest in Shavasana. Feeling your body supported by the earth. Feeling any points of contact between your body and the floor. heels and the calves, hips, shoulders, and also feeling the spaces so your body is not contacting the floor, the ankles, backs of the knees, the lower back, the wrists. Just doing a quick body scan, relaxing the toes and the feet, the ankles, relaxing the shins, the knees and the thighs, relaxing the torso, the lower back, middle back and upper back, the abdomen, navel and chest, relaxing the shoulders and arms, the wrists and hands, relaxing the neck and the head, relaxing the face, the jaw, the lips, the nose and the cheeks, the eyes, the eyelids, eyebrows, and forehead. And then bring your awareness to your breathing, feeling the gentle movement of the abdomen. As you inhale, the belly rises, and as you exhale, the belly falls. Perhaps noticing space in between the breath. You inhale, and there's a pause, and you exhale, and there's a pause. Not forcing it or trying to change your breath, just not noticing that moment when the tide turns and the exhale turns into an inhale. And then gradually start to bring the breath back to a more normal level, starting to take some deeper, longer breaths. Again, really filling the lungs. And starting to bring some gentle movement into the fingers and the toes, spreading the toes wide, extending the fingers. And if you like, you can stretch your arms up above your head, stretch your heels away. And then when you're ready, make your way back to a seated position. Sit cross-legged or on your knees. Sitting up straight one last time. Closing your eyes. And if you want to bring your hands to prayer position in front of your chest, you can do so. Down your chin towards your chest. And taking a moment to close the practice. Perhaps to give thanks to yourself for showing up today. And maybe to set an intention to take a little bit of the practice with you when you step off of your mat. And then raise your head and open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you very much. Well done. Over to you.